Like, subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos from PHN Learn. For more videos, download our app from the Play Store.
Hello everyone, welcome to the HTML and CSS tutorial by PHN Technology Private Limited. So in this tutorial we are going to customize or make our home page more attractive. So in the previous tutorial we talked about multiple backgrounds. So we are going to implement that concept over here. Now multiple backgrounds are very easy. There is a little bit of overlapping over here. Okay, so we are going to insert a particular image on a image. So for that we are going to use a normal property, that is the background property. Now whichever image we want to place on the particular image, so we have to put that first and then the background which would come backside would come next. So the sequence goes as this. So I want to give a particular image and we'll also apply a linear gradient over here. We have discussed about linear gradient in the previous tutorials. So we'll just see, now this is my image and I am going to apply this particular image on my linear gradient. Okay, so for that I'm going to go in my home CSS file and here I'm going to change it to bg2.png. That's my file. And I'm going to give a comma before the semicolon and enter the linear gradient. Now we know how does the linear gradient work, right? We just enter the word linear, then the gradient, and then the color. Now we enter first the percentage and then the RGB value. So don't you think it is going to take a lot of time? So we will rather prefer to take a shortcut for it. Now there is a particular site named cssgradient.io where you can just create a particular gradient which you want to, and then you can copy the code, the particular color code for the linear gradient from there. So I have created my gradient. Now you can choose so many options over here, right? So I have copied it and now I'm going to paste it instead of this linear gradient. We can add as many images or linear gradients we want to add inside a background image. Now you can see that I have given semicolon in the end. Now there are two semicolons, I'll just delete one. Now you can see that whatever image I'm giving here is a PNG. Now why am I giving a PNG? Because PNG does not have a background, that is it has a transparent background. If you give a particular background, you choose an image with a background, what will happen? The overlapping would be visible and it would not look clean. So that's why we have chose PNG image. Now we have given it. Now we'll just save it and check our site. So as we refresh it, you can see that the entire image is coming in the cover. Now why is it happening so? Because we have given the background size as cover. So we need to define it. So I'm going to define the background size for my very first image. Okay, now the background size can be given in percentage or you can give some values, right? So I'm going to give percentage, not use pixels, because pixels would just increase my workload. So what would happen now? Let's just see. Now it has appeared, right? So I want it to be in the center. Now if you want to repeat, you can give every property in this way or you can use the shorthand property. Now what is the shorthand property? You can use all the properties you want to inside the image wherever you are declaring property, value and then other values with a space, without a comma. That's right. So this is how we give. Now we will give the position for it, right? So I'm going to go here, I'm going to give a background position as 20%. Since there is single image, I have given only one. So it would be applied to both of it and I don't think it would affect my particular linear gradient, right? But if there is an image, what will I do? I'll give a comma over here and enter the background position for the other one too. So this is how my thing is looking. Now this looks great, right? Now what we have done here, what we have done here, we have entered a image over an image. Now this is a PNG image, it was transparent and that's why it has appeared plain on this. Now let's just talk about this particular span. I want to give a box to it and I just want to give a above and a below line. Now you will say you can add a BR, right? But also we can use the border here. Now what if I want to give a bottom and a right side line? So what can I do for that? For that I will go inside my home span where I have already given some styling and would enter border. Since I want border top, so I am giving border top, I am defining the border here as 2 pixels, okay, and then what should be it? There can be different styles of border, right? Now what I am doing here, I am using the shorthand property. You can define each parameter differently. As the border, you can define the border width, border style, everything, okay. So I am using the shorthand property here. So 2px and I want it to be solid, I don't want it to be dotted. You can give solid, dotted, and there are so many such styles, right? So I want it to be solid. Now after that I will give its color. I want it as white. And I would do the same for my left side, my right side. So right. So let's just see how does it look. So it is quite sticking in here, but it has appeared, right? Now you can give bottom and up, you can design it in your way. Now it is sticking a lot, right? So what will we do? We will give some padding to it because padding is about the internal space. So we are giving padding to the span. So where will it apply? To the inner contents, that's right. So I am giving it as 20 pixels. So let's just see if it works. So yes, it has appeared very nicely. Now I can give the border radius, I can give so many things in here. So all the customization and all the property values can be tried by you. Here is where you explore. So this was all about the home page. In the next tutorial, we will start with our introduction page. That's right. So let's just meet in the next tutorial. Thank you.
For more videos, download our app from the Play Store.